Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to getting informed. Okay, so today we're heading into Japan, a place where sometimes the everyday world and some really, truly terrifying things seem to just brush up against each other. It generates these incredible urban legends. And we're going to be telling you about two particularly unsettling stories today. Both are told firsthand accounts. We'll dig into what makes them hit so hard and, well, why they stick with you afterwards, that lingering chill.
Yeah, and what's fascinating about Japanese horror, I think, is how it often gets under your skin psychologically. It's less about just making you jump. It's more about that fear of the unknown, right? Entities that just don't follow any rules we understand, breaking reality itself. And these stories, the sources show they came from places like 2chan. That's a big anonymous online forum in Japan. So they have this raw feel, like shared nightmares happening almost in real time, not just old folktales.
Right. That anonymous, almost collective storytelling adds this whole other layer of unease, doesn't it? Makes it feel very immediate. Okay, let's dive into the first one. This is a really creepy experience from a convenience store worker. We'll call him Senpai. He's working this quiet, kind of remote convenience store. It closes early, 11 p.m., which is a bit unusual. And he and his junior colleague, Sato, they have this little ritual. After locking up, they hang back for maybe 30 minutes, read some manga. Pretty normal. Quiet end to the shift, you'd think. So it's about 10:45 p.m. Senpai tells Sato, okay, let's wrap it up by 11. Store's clean, doors locked, lights are low. They sit down with their manga. Then, bang, the door chime goes off. Someone's right at the front entrance. Senpai glances at the CCTV monitor. He tells Sato to check it out. And there's this woman on the screen. Long hair, wearing white, like a one-piece dress or something. But her face, you can't see it, obscured. Sato comes back a second later, says there's nobody there. Senpai's a bit irritated, Thinks Sato's just slacking off, didn't look properly. Okay, maybe 10 minutes pass. It's 11:01 p.m. now.
Senpai looks at the monitor again. The camera view cycles around, stops at the newspaper section right by the big front window. And she's there again. The woman. Standing outside. But this time, she's staring right into the camera. Like Senpai felt she was looking straight through the lens, right at him. That's ambient. Unnerving. He tells Sato, look, she's still out there. Sato denies it again. Didn't see anyone, Senpai. Senpai's had enough. He's about to get up himself, go look. And then Sato just screams, Senpai, look, the monitor. The monitor view had changed. No one touched it. It's now showing the sweets aisle, the confectionery section. And the woman, she's inside the store, standing there. But back to the camera, Senpai says it was like less than 30 seconds since they saw her outside. How did she get in? No sound, no door opening, impossible speed, impossible entry. Sato's starting to properly freak out. And then the store phone rings. Burring, burring, stops after 2 rings. Silence. Senpai looks back at the monitor, heart pounding. The woman's gone from the sweets aisle. He's frantically switching camera views. Not the newspapers. Not the alcohol section. Down. There. By the checkout counter.
Back to the camera again. It wasn't just fast. This was something else. He admits he was panicking just as much as Sato by now. Just try not to show it. He's thinking maybe make a run for the back door. But that means going past the counter. Past her. While he's debating this, Sato screams again, pointing at the monitor. The woman. She's staring at them. But only her head has turned, her neck, twisted 180 degrees around, body still facing away. And she has this awful wide smile, just chilling. Senpai didn't scream, he says, but he felt this cold primal terror, like he was about to, lose control. Sato, completely panicked now, yanks the monitor's plug out of the wall. Senpai, we gotta go! Now, he yells, but then the monitor flicks back on by itself, plug still out. And on the screen, just her face, filling the view. Deadly white, he said, like chalk. But her eyes, he remembers thinking they were somehow beautiful, captivating. He couldn't look away, just frozen, this weird mix of terror and almost acceptance. But Sato snaps out of it. He screams, turns, runs for the back door. He gets there, grabs the doorknob, cries out one more time, and just collapses, faints right there.
Senpai rushes over to Sato. Then he looks up through the glass panel in the back door. And she's there, the woman, staring right at him through the glass. And she's giggling. Like it's all a game to her. And that's when Senpai's fear just flips into pure, desperate rage. He screams at the face in the glass, what do you want? What are you doing to us? Leave us alone. As he yells, the face just fades away, gone. He slumps down just for a second, thinking maybe it's over. Nope. Crashing sounds from inside the store. Bang, smash. A window breaks somewhere. Cold air floods in. It's like she's tearing the place apart. This goes on for maybe a minute, then stops. Silence again. The phone rings. Again. Senpai doesn't move, but it's like the call forces itself through. A voice, just a voice, no static, nothing, just says, disappear. And that's it for Senpai. He fainted too, wakes up. It's almost 5 a.m. Sato's there, looking awful, pale like he's gonna be sick, and the store owner is standing over them. The place is a total wreck, just trashed. Senpai tries to explain, tell him what happened, the woman, everything. But the owner, he checks the CCTV tapes, comes back looking completely bewildered. pale too.
He says there's no woman on the takes. Nothing. And I don't see you two trashing the store either. Just empty footage, basically. Then the owner warns them. Don't tell anyone about this. Very serious. As they're leaving, stumbling out, Sato lets out this little whimper. He points. Standing behind the owner, who's trying to clean up the mess, is the woman. Just standing there. Senpai didn't wait. Got in his car, started the engine, and just floored it. Got out of there as fast as possible. They both quit the next day. Couldn't go back in the store. It closed down permanently about a week later. Senpai says even now, when he drives past that spot, sometimes he catches a glimpse of something white, just out of the corner of his eye.
Yeah, that story is potent. What's really effective, I think, is how it takes something so utterly normal, so every day, a convenience store, and twists it into this nightmare zone. It's a space you associate with safety, light, predictability, right? And then the denial. First, Sato, which you could maybe dismiss, but then the owner. Seeing the wreckage but claiming the tapes show nothing, that's psychological torture. It validates Senpai's terror while simultaneously denying its reality to the outside world, makes it incredibly isolating for him, and for us listening, it feels intensely real because of that isolation. It really plays on that fear of, what if something horrific happens and no one believes me? And you see those classic J-horror elements, the specific look of the ghost, the impossible physics, that deeply unsettling smile, the sense of being toyed with. It's all designed to break down your sense of reality.
Yeah, the denial is almost worse than the ghost itself in a way. Makes you doubt your own mind. Okay, so that's one kind of haunting. Isolated, intense, physical presence. Let's switch now to our second story. See what this means for Humi. Her experience unfolds differently. It happens on a 2chan thread. Like, people are messaging her as it's happening. That gives it this completely different, almost real-time horror feel. It starts simple enough. Humi's on her usual commuter train, heading to work. But something's wrong. The train's been moving for like 20 minutes straight without stopping. Normally it's maybe 5, 7, 8 minutes between her usual stops. She looks around, maybe 5 other people in the carriage, all asleep. It's kind of weird in itself. She tries to find the conductor, goes to the carriage. Window to the driver's cab is blocked by a blind. She knocks, yells, no answer. The train goes through this tunnel she doesn't recognize. Then it slows down and stops. At a station platform, she gets off. The sign says Kisaragi Station. She's never, ever heard of it. She posts this on 2chan. People try searching. Nothing. No station with that name seems to exist on any map, any schedule.
The train doors close and it just pulls away, leaving her completely stranded, alone. And the place is just nothing. No station building, really. No lights, no taxis, no houses. Just fields stretching out mountains in the distance. And darkness. She calls her parents, tries the police later. They all think she's pulling some elaborate prank.
And there's that chilling detail that someone on the thread apparently figures out the kanji characters used for Kisaragi can also mean devil or demon.
Right. Adds another layer of dread. The people in the thread tell her, okay, maybe walk back along the tracks. Try to find civilization. As she's walking, she starts hearing sounds. Faint at first. Like beating drums mixed with some kind of bell way off in the distance. Getting closer, maybe. The thread users are getting freaked out too, telling her, don't look back. Whatever you do, don't turn around. Then someone yells at her from behind, hey, don't walk on the track. That's dangerous. She turns, expecting maybe a railway worker, someone official. What she sees is, well, she described him as a one-legged old man. And just as she registers him, he vanishes. Poof, gone. Now she's properly terrified, tries to run, but she's exhausted, scared. She falls, cuts her leg, it's bleeding. She broke the heel off her shoe, too, the drumming sound. It's definitely closer now, much louder. She sees a tunnel ahead, decides maybe that's safer, or at least it might block the fountain. She goes into the tunnel, walks through the tunnel, comes out the other side, and sees someone standing up ahead on the path, a man. He seems, she says, gentle, offers her a ride. Says he can take her to the nearest station. There's a town called Hina nearby, with a business hotel she can stay at. Sounds like rescue, right? But back on the 2chan thread, people are immediately suspicious. Hina. Where is that? Based on where Humi should be, geographically, a town like Hina in the mountains seems, well, extremely unlikely is how they put it. Something's off. In the car, the man, who seemed friendly at first, just stops talking. Complete silence. The atmosphere gets tense. Humi's posting frantically now. Her phone battery is about to die. Her last message is basically, my battery's almost gone. Things are getting strange. I think I'm going to try and run for it when there's a chance. And that's it. That was Humi's final post. She was never heard from again. Who is the man? Where's the Kisaragi station? Or Hina? Nobody knows. The legend kind of suggests there are these, ritualistic steps maybe that can accidentally lead you there. And yeah, apparently many people in Japan pray they never ever find themselves at Kisaragi station.
What's so effective there, I think, is that overwhelming sense of isolation. And reality just dissolving around her. It's not just being lost. It's like the world she knew ceased to exist. And the fact it played out live on 2chan with people trying to help, that adds this layer of desperate realism. It feels like watching someone genuinely vanish into the cracks. If you connect it to, broader folklore, it's like those classic tales of getting lost in fairy realms or other dimensions, liminal spaces where things are just wrong. The rules are different. What's interesting, too, is the threat isn't initially this monster jumping out. It's the environment itself that's hostile. The wrongness of the place, the disorientation, that slow burn is terrifying.
Yeah.
And it leaves you with that huge question. Was it truly paranormal? Did she slip into another reality? Or was it some kind of, psychological event brought on by stress, fear, getting lost? The power is that we never find out. The ambiguity is the point.
Right. The ambiguity is key. You're left questioning everything. It's not about a simple scare. It's about that deep, unsettling feeling that reality might be fragile. So, okay, let's unpack this a bit. We have Senpai's story, trapped, tormented by a visible entity, and Humi's lost in a reality shift. What connects them?
Well, they're both first person, right? Ordinary people caught in these utterly bizarre, terrifying situations. The supernatural just crashes into their normal lives. And both stories leave you with that feeling of unresolved dread, no neat ending. But how do those similarities play out differently? What fears are they really hitting?
Yeah, exactly. The core feeling in both is this profound helplessness. But like you said, it manifests differently. Senpai faces a direct, almost personal antagonist, an entity that interacts, torments, physically threatens him in his known space. His horror is immediate, visceral, survival against something. Humi's helplessness is bigger, more existential. She's not fighting a ghost. She's fighting the loss of her entire world. Reality itself betrays her. Her fear is about being erased, fundamentally lost. Does that make sense? It's a different kind of terror. Yeah, it does. One is a focused threat. The other is like the whole foundation crumbling. It's interesting how Japanese horror embraces both these kinds of fear.
Absolutely. And connecting that with the bigger picture, Japanese horror often resists easy answers. It doesn't always give you the why or the solution. That lack of resolution is deliberate, I think. It leaves you, the audience, with this lingering unease. The suggestion is that these things, these possibilities, aren't just confined to the story. They could leak into your world. The haunting effect lasts longer that way. It doesn't end when the story does. And it forces you to confront those really basic human fears. Being ignored, disbelieved, unseen, or just irretrievably lost. Lost to a ghost or lost to reality itself.
They really are like whispers from just beyond what we think we know, aren't they?
Right.
Reminders that maybe the line between our normal world and something else is thinner than we like to think. It shows the power of these shared stories, these online legends, and that chilling idea of the unknown hiding just in plain sight.
Precisely. And that's why they stick with you. They make you ask yourself, okay, how would you react if the ordinary suddenly turned terrifyingly, impossibly weird? Do you try to rationalize it away? Or do you let yourself believe the unbelievable? Maybe the most effective horrors are the ones that don't shout, but whisper. Just on the edge of your understanding in those quiet moments, making you wonder, just for a second, was that real?
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the shadows. Until next time, stay curious and maybe keep a light on.